Okay, I want to try to film this video before the sun goes down. I'm filming multiple videos today, so I'm kind of just wearing the same thing. I think you guys are okay with that. But hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another story time video for you guys about how I was in Chile and I was drinking coffee with a stripper, basically. So in Santiago in Chile, they have this thing that is well known in Santiago that's called Café con Piernas, which literally translates into coffee with legs. So the story about how this started is that in Chile, I guess in Santiago specifically, the coffee there in the past has been really bad. So in order to sell more coffee to businessmen, they had these establishments that were called Café con Piernas, basically coffee or a cafe with legs. So basically, it was a cafe, and it's kind of like a similar idea as like Hooters in the US, right? So you have these like girls, and basically like they wear like very short skirts, and they're there to serve coffee to men, kind of like to sell more coffee in Santiago. So that's how Café con Piernas started. But so I guess Café con Piernas has evolved into like different levels of how skimpy the girls want to dress. So the classiest level is, basically just waitresses, and they're usually wearing like t-shirts and usually wearing like very short mini skirts. Okay, then there's like the next level, which the girls, they're wearing tank tops and like booty shorts, and then there's like another level where the girls are wearing bikinis, and then there's like another level which basically is like having coffee with strippers. So I didn't know about the different levels before I went to one of these establishments. I had just heard of Cafe con Piernas because it's a very well-known thing in Chile. So at my hostel, there was a group of other travelers, other tourists that wanted to check out one of these places, right? And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, it's a well-known thing in Santiago, and I'm here. I might as well, like, I want to check it out also. So we went. It was me, um, an Australian guy, a German guy, and a Dutch girl, right? So the four of us, we don't really know specifically where to go. We just like if you walk around in Santiago and you see one of these places, like they stand out. Like if you walked past one of them, you would know that it's a cafe con piernas. So we go out and we go to the city center. Most of these places are in the city center because again, this is like mainly for businessmen, and like the commercial center is usually the city center. So we go to the city center and we're like seeking out one of these cafe con piernas places. All right, so it's like 3:30 on like I don't know, like a weekday afternoon, okay? So we go and like we don't really know which place to pick, obviously. Like we're just I don't know, like we're just like gringo tourists, right? So we just go and we're just walking around. And these places they're open or like 4 or 5 p.m. because again they're for businessmen, so they're open during business hours. So it's like 3:30, and like we really want to go to one of these places, but we're kind of also like in a rush to find one because it is 3:30 and we know that these places are going to close soon. So kind of just go into the first one that we see, and I guess we should have known that it was one of the shadier places because like the windows on the outside, like they were all blacked out, like they put like tinting on top of curtains so that you definitely couldn't see inside. And then as soon as we walked in, hostess at the door, she was basically like, she's for coffees for you guys because again we were 4 people, and these places they only serve coffee, tea, or orange juice. Okay, so we were like, yeah, 4 coffees please. So she brings us to our table, she gets us coffees, and shortly after that, one of the Cafe Con Piernas girls comes out, and she's wearing a bikini, alright? So we're like, okay, that's cool. I guess, like, we're at one of the more extreme level Cafe Con Piernases. And I still remember, like, her name is Natty, and she was from Peru. Like, we asked her, like, what her name is and where she's from. And she was like, she was so happy and had like such a good vibe about her. Like she just seemed so happy, and she was always smiling and like laughing with us. We get our coffees, and then she comes out and like to our table. And I thought that she was just gonna like hang out with us because that's what, you know, Cafe con Piernas, that's what they do. Like they bring you coffee, and then they're kind of like as eye candy, right? So she comes out, but then as soon as like the hostess brings us our coffee, she takes off her bikini top. Okay, so so we're there with our coffees, and this girl is like topless, like standing around us, and we none of us expected that this would happen because we had just heard that it's coffee with legs, not like coffee with boobs, right? So she's like there, and she's just like taking off her bikini top, and she's like completely topless, and then she starts like dancing on us, right? So this cafe, they had like music playing in the background, and so she starts dancing on us, like grinding on us, and like we're completely taken by surprise because again, we did not expect for any of this to happen. And we're there with our coffees, like awkwardly sipping our coffee as this topless girl is grinding on us. And so we were like looking at each other and like laughing because it's like awkward but also hilarious at the same time. So of course, like in the US, I've been to strip clubs in the US, and it's like well known that you're not allowed to touch, you know, the girls. Like you can ask for a lap dance and it's fine, but you're no touching, right? So like I'm there like with my coffee, and she's like grinding on me. Also, she's grinding on all of us, the Australian guy, the German guy, the Dutch girl, and me. And I'm kind of like this, like with my coffee, like trying really hard not to touch her. But then at some point, she like takes my coffee and she puts it down, and she grabs my hand and like puts it directly on her naked boob, and she starts like going like this on her boob. So I'm basically like in this place with my coffee jiggling her boob, and then at some point she takes all of our hands, all four of our hands, and puts them like all on her boobs. So at one point, like all of our hands were on her boobs, and like she's like dancing on us and like having us like jiggle her boobs, and still we're like awkwardly laughing because we're drinking coffee and it's like the middle of the afternoon on a weekday. Like I feel like it should have been like Saturday night, and I should have been like 9 shots of tequila in. So this is happening, and then like the German guy, I guess, is like fuck it, like if this is happening, I'm gonna like be all about it, right? So he just playfully kind of like pulls on the strap of her thong bikini just to like have it snap a little bit. But then she just got like really into it, and she just took off her bikini bottom also. So she's like completely naked dancing on us and just like taking our hands and having us like jiggle her boobs. And like it was just so completely unexpected, and like wow. So we just kind of like finish our coffees, and then she's like, oh, like do you guys want another one? And we're like, no, like I think one coffee is like good enough for us, thanks. And so we just like kind of sheepishly walk out, and it was hard to be like creeped out about it because she was in such a good mood. Like she was smiling and laughing with us the whole time, and like it was kind of like hard to hate on it because it looked like she was having a good time, so it kind of like made you like also have a good time even though it was like completely bizarre. In the end, like our total came out to 20,000 pesos, and we were like buying her drinks also because that's part of the deal. Like you have your coffee, but you also buy drinks for the girls. So I think we bought her 2 drinks, and our coffees were already 2,000 pesos each. So we split it between four. So we each paid 5,000 pesos, which is about like $7 US. So I must say that for $7, it was a worthwhile experience. That was my Cafe con Piernas experience. Please let me know in the comments below if you guys have ever been to Cafe con Piernas in Santiago. I would love to hear your story, and hopefully, or maybe not hopefully, depending on who you are, it was a different experience. So please let me know. Please like this video if you want to see more storytime videos, and please subscribe for more videos of my travels through South America. And until next time, I hope everything's awesome on your side of the world, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!